Hello, my wonderful English learners. Welcome back to our channel. I want to ask you a question that might feel very personal, but I think many of you will relate to it. How do you talk to yourself in your mind? When you make a mistake or feel like you're not improving fast enough in English, what does that voice in your head say to you? Is it kind and encouraging? Or is it critical and harsh? Many of us have learned to be our own worst critic. We say things to ourselves that we would never say to a good friend. Today, we're going to explore a different approach, one that will not only improve your English, but might also improve how you feel about yourself. We're going to learn vocabulary for discussing emotions, self-reflection, and personal well-being. These are important topics that come up in real conversations, and having the right words will help you express yourself more clearly and connect more deeply with others. Today's lesson combines English learning with concepts about self-compassion and inner peace. These aren't just vocabulary words. They're ways of thinking that can make your learning journey more enjoyable and sustainable. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Remember, learning English is a journey, not a race. Let's explore how being kinder to ourselves can actually help us learn better. Let's start by understanding what inner peace really means and learning the vocabulary to discuss it. Key vocabulary: inner peace. Inner peace equals a calm, content feeling inside yourself. Self-acceptance equals being okay with who you are, including your flaws. Self-compassion equals treating yourself with kindness, like you would treat a good friend. Mental noise equals busy, worried thoughts in your mind. Present equals focused on the current moment, not the past or future. Teaching note: mental noise refers to the constant chatter of thoughts, worries, and self-criticism. Inner peace doesn't mean your life is perfect. It doesn't mean you never feel sad, worried, or frustrated. Instead, it means you can stay calm and kind to yourself, even during difficult times. Important distinction: peace versus happiness. Happiness is a temporary, joyful emotion. Peace is a steady, calm state that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Phrases for talking about inner peace: I'm learning to be more accepting of myself. I want to find peace with who I am. I'm working on being kinder to myself. I'm trying to quiet the mental noise. I want to be more present in my life. Practice with me. I'm learning to be more accepting of myself. Pause. I want to find peace with who I am. Pause. Good. Common sources of mental noise: self-criticism, judging yourself harshly; comparison, measuring yourself against others; perfectionism, believing you must be perfect to be worthy; worry, anxiety about future events; regret, feeling bad about past mistakes. Teaching note: these are normal human experiences that everyone faces. Phrases for describing mental challenges: I'm too hard on myself. I compare myself to others too much. I worry about what people think. I feel like I'm not good enough.
I judge myself for making mistakes. The key insight: peace comes from changing how you relate to these thoughts, not from eliminating them completely. Healthy perspective phrases. It's normal to have these thoughts. I don't have to believe every thought I have. I can observe my thoughts without judging them. These feelings are temporary. I'm human, and humans aren't perfect.
Now let's explore why we're often so critical of ourselves and learn vocabulary to discuss this common experience. The internal critic. Most of us have a voice in our head that constantly tells us we're not doing enough, not learning fast enough, or not good enough. This voice often sounds like common self-critical thoughts. I should be better at English by now. Everyone else learns faster than me. I made another stupid mistake. I'm falling behind. I don't have what it takes. Teaching note: acknowledging these thoughts helps learners realize they're not alone in having them. Key vocabulary: self-criticism. Self-critical, being harsh in judging yourself. Internal critic, the negative voice in your mind. Harsh, very strict or unkind. Judgment, forming opinions about whether something is good or bad. Pressure, stress or force to do something. Where does this voice come from? Society teaches us to always do more, be more. Social media makes it easy to compare ourselves to others. We learned early in life that we need to be perfect to be loved. We mistake self-criticism for motivation. Phrases for discussing societal pressure. Society puts pressure on us to be perfect. Social media makes us compare ourselves constantly. We live in a culture that celebrates achievement over being. There's always a message that we need to do more. We're taught that our worth depends on our success. The problem with the fixing mindset. Many of us treat ourselves like a problem to be solved or a project to be improved. We think, once I fix myself, then I'll be happy. I need to become a better person before I deserve peace. I can only rest when I have achieved my goals. Teaching note: this mindset can be exhausting and counterproductive. Key vocabulary: the fixing mindset. Project, something you work on to improve or complete. Fix, to repair something that's broken. Deserve, to be worthy of something. Conditional, depending on certain conditions being met. Worthy, having value or merit. Phrases for describing the fixing trap. I treat myself like a project to be improved. I think I need to be fixed before I can be happy. I put conditions on my own self-acceptance. I believe I have to earn my worth. I'm waiting to be ready before I allow myself peace. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. A healthier perspective. What if you're not broken? What if you don't need to be fixed? What if your worth is constant, regardless of your progress or achievements? Phrases for self-acceptance. I am worthy of kindness just as I am. My value doesn't depend on my achievements. I can grow from love,
not from fear. I'm allowed to be imperfect. I don't need to earn my own compassion.
Now let's learn practical ways to be kinder to yourself and the vocabulary to discuss these approaches. Technique 1. Observing thoughts without judgment. Instead of fighting your negative thoughts or believing them completely, you can learn to observe them with curiosity. Key vocabulary: mindful observation. Observer, someone who watches without getting involved. Distance, space between you and something else. Identity, who you are as a person. Temporary, lasting for only a short time. Neutral, not taking sides, not judgmental. Teaching note: this creates healthy distance between the person and their thoughts. How to practice thought observation? Notice when a critical thought appears. Don't fight it or agree with it immediately. Simply say, I notice I'm having the thought that. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. Phrases for thought observation: I notice I'm thinking. There's that critical voice again. I'm having the thought that I'm not good enough. This is just a thought, not a fact. I can observe this thought without believing it. Technique 2. Embracing all parts of yourself. Instead of trying to eliminate anxiety, worry, or other negative emotions, what if you welcomed them as part of being human? Key vocabulary: self-acceptance. Embrace means to accept willingly. Whole, complete, including all parts. Flaw is an imperfection or weakness. Harmony, different parts working together peacefully. Integration, bringing separate parts together. Teaching note: this approach reduces the energy spent fighting against natural human emotions. Questions for self-compassion: instead of asking, how do I get rid of this anxiety? Try, what is this anxiety trying to tell me? Instead of, I hate that I'm so sensitive, try, what does my sensitivity need right now? Phrases for self-acceptance: all parts of me are welcome. I can be anxious and still be okay. My sensitivity is part of what makes me human. I don't need to be perfect to be lovable. These difficult emotions have something to teach me. Technique 3. Responding to your needs with kindness. When you notice mental noise or self-criticism, ask yourself, what do I actually need right now? Common needs when we're self-critical: rest and relaxation, reassurance and encouragement, connection with others, time to process emotions, permission to be imperfect. Teaching note: often self-criticism is covering up unmet emotional needs. Phrases for self-care: I need to be gentle with myself right now. What would I say to a good friend in this situation? I deserve the same kindness I give to others. It's okay to take a break. I'm allowed to have difficult days. Practice exercise: when you make a mistake in English, instead of thinking, I'm so stupid, try, I'm learning and mistakes are part of learning. This mistake shows me what I need to practice. I would be patient with a friend who made this mistake.
Making mistakes means I'm trying, and that's brave.
Let's explore how these concepts can specifically help your English learning journey and your daily life. Self-compassion in language learning. Learning a language can trigger many of our self-critical patterns. Here's how to apply self-compassion. Instead of, "I'll never be fluent," try, "I'm making progress at my own pace." Instead of, "I should understand this by now," try, "Learning takes time, and that's normal." Instead of, "I'm so embarrassed about my accent," try, "My accent is part of my unique story." Teaching note: this reframing reduces anxiety and actually helps with learning. Key vocabulary for peaceful learning. Progress means forward movement, even if slow. Journey is a long process with ups and downs. Patience is the ability to wait calmly. Growth is positive change over time. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. Phrases for peaceful learning. I trust my learning process. Every small step counts. I celebrate my progress, however small. Mistakes are proof that I'm trying. I'm exactly where I need to be in my journey. Creating daily peace. Small daily practices can help you build a more peaceful relationship with yourself. Morning intention. Today, I will be kind to myself. Mistake response. This is a learning opportunity. Evening reflection. What went well today? Gratitude practice. I'm grateful for my effort today. Phrases for daily peace. I start each day with self-compassion. I treat myself as I would treat a dear friend. I focus on progress, not perfection. I honor my efforts, not just my results. I give myself permission to be human. Today we've learned that inner peace isn't about having a perfect life or never feeling difficult emotions. It's about developing a kinder, more accepting relationship with yourself. Key takeaways. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. Self-criticism doesn't motivate learning. Self-compassion does. All parts of you, including your struggles, are worthy of acceptance. Small daily practices of self-kindness can create big changes. Your worth is constant, regardless of your progress. Your gentle homework. This week, try one small act of self-compassion each day. Maybe it's speaking to yourself like you would to a good friend, taking a break when you feel overwhelmed, celebrating a small win in your English learning, or asking, "What do I need right now?" when you feel critical. Vocabulary for encouragement. I am enough just as I am. I treat myself with kindness. I honor my journey and my progress. I give myself permission to be imperfect. I am learning and growing every day. What resonates most with you from today's lesson? How do you usually talk to yourself when you're learning English? Share your thoughts in the comments. Remember, we're all learning together. Learning English is challenging, and it requires courage to put yourself in situations where you might make mistakes. That courage deserves kindness, not criticism. Thank you for joining me for this meaningful conversation. Remember, the goal isn't to become perfect. It's to become more compassionate toward yourself as you grow.
keep practicing, keep being gentle with yourself, and remember, you're doing better than you think you are. Until next time, treat yourself with the same kindness you would give a dear friend. You deserve it.
Hello, my wonderful English learners. Welcome back to our channel. I have a question for you, and I bet many of you will say yes. Do you want to improve your English speaking, but you don't have anyone to practice with? Maybe your family doesn't speak English. Maybe your friends are too busy. Maybe you feel too shy to find a language exchange partner online. If this sounds like you, today's lesson is going to change everything. I'm going to teach you 7 powerful methods to practice English speaking completely alone. No partner needed. Here's something that might surprise you. Some of the best English speakers I know practiced mostly by themselves. They didn't have conversation partners, but they found creative ways to practice speaking every single day. Today, we're going to learn practical techniques you can use right now in your room with no one else around. You'll learn vocabulary for talking about language learning, phrases for self-practice, and most importantly, you'll discover that you already have everything you need to improve your speaking. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. By the end of this lesson, you'll never again think, I can't practice speaking because I'm alone. You'll think, I can practice speaking because I'm alone. Let's start. The first and most important technique is also the most surprising. Stop translating in your head. Let me explain what most people do wrong. They think in their native language, then try to translate to English. It's like having a slow internet connection. Everything takes too long. Key vocabulary. Translate means change words from one language to another. Native language is your first language, your mother tongue. Fluent means speaking smoothly and naturally. Delay is a pause or wait time. Automatic means happening without thinking. The problem with translation. When you translate, your brain does this. Think in Spanish, find English words, put them together, then speak. This creates delays and makes you sound robotic. Native speakers think directly in English. The solution? Train your brain to think in English. Start small and simple. Don't try to think complex thoughts in English immediately. Technique 1. Narrate your daily actions. While you're doing everyday activities, describe them in simple English. I'm making coffee. I'm checking my phone. The weather is nice today. I'm feeling hungry. Practice with me now. Look around your room and describe 3 things you see. I see a lamp. There's a book on the table. The window is open. Technique 2. Simplify when you get stuck. If you can't think of a complex thought in English, make it simpler. Instead of, I am feeling overwhelmed by my responsibilities, think, I have too much work today. Instead of, I need to purchase groceries for dinner preparation, think, I need to buy food for dinner. Teaching note.
simplification is a key strategy for building fluency. Vocabulary for simplification. Simple means easy, not complicated. Complex means difficult with many parts. Stuck means unable to continue or move forward. Rephrase means say the same thing in different words. Break down means make something simpler by dividing it into parts. Technique 3. Set English thinking time. Challenge yourself. Set a timer for 5 minutes. During this time, think only in English. When your native language appears in your mind, gently switch back to English. Useful phrases for self-talk. What am I thinking about? How do I feel right now? What do I need to do today? What do I see around me? What sounds do I hear? Practice challenge. For the next 2 minutes, think only in English. Describe your current situation, your feelings, and what you plan to do after this lesson. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep thinking in English.
Now, let's move from thinking to actually speaking out loud. Don't worry, you're alone, so there's no pressure. Technique 4. Talk to yourself. This sounds crazy, but it works. Talking to yourself builds confidence and helps you practice forming sentences. Ways to talk to yourself. Describe what you're doing. Now I'm watching an English lesson. The teacher is explaining something interesting. Explain something as if teaching. Coffee is made from coffee beans. First, you grind the beans. Have imaginary conversations. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is... Teaching note. Self-talk removes the pressure of having an audience while building speaking habits. Vocabulary for self-talk. Describe, explain what something is like, explain, make something clear and understandable, imaginary, not real, existing only in your mind. Confidence, belief in your ability to do something. Out loud, speaking so you can hear your own voice. Technique 5. The shadowing method. This is one of the most powerful techniques. Shadowing means copying a native speaker immediately after you hear them. How to shadow? Find a short video or audio clip, 30 to 60 seconds. Listen to one sentence, pause the video, repeat exactly what you heard. Try to copy the speed, tone, and rhythm. Teaching note. Shadowing trains both your ears and mouth simultaneously.
You don't need to understand every word. Focus on copying the sounds and rhythm. Good materials for shadowing. News clips. They speak clearly. Children's shows. Simple language. Movie trailers. Short and dramatic. Podcast introductions. Vocabulary for shadowing. Shadow. Follow closely. Copy immediately. Rhythm. The pattern of sounds and pauses. Tone. The emotion or attitude in someone's voice. Copy. Do the same thing as someone else. Mimic. Imitate someone's actions or speech. Technique 6. Imitation practice. Choose one native speaker you really like, maybe an actor, YouTuber, or news presenter. Practice copying their style completely. It's like learning a song. You don't just learn the words, you copy the singer's style, emotion, and delivery. Teaching note: this is more targeted than general shadowing and helps develop a consistent accent. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Step-by-step imitation. Choose a 30-second clip of your favorite speaker. Listen 3 times without speaking. Practice repeating each sentence until it sounds similar. Record yourself doing the whole clip. Compare your recording to the original. Phrases for describing imitation. I'm practicing my pronunciation. I want to sound more natural. I'm copying their accent. I'm working on my rhythm. This helps my fluency. Technology has made solo practice easier than ever. Let's explore some amazing tools and techniques. Technique 7. Record yourself. I know. Most people hate hearing their own voice, but this is one of the most powerful learning tools. Why recording works. You hear your mistakes clearly. You can compare your pronunciation to native speakers. You track your progress over time. You build self-awareness about your speaking. Teaching note: like watching game footage, recording provides objective feedback. Simple recording practice. Choose a topic. What did I do today? Speak for 1 minute. Don't stop. Listen back and take notes. Notice speed, clarity, filler words like like. Practice again and compare. Vocabulary for self-assessment. Record means save your voice on your phone or computer. Assessment is checking and evaluating your performance. Clarity is how clear and understandable your speech is. Filler words are meaningless words like like. Progress is improvement over time. Self-awareness is understanding your own strengths and weaknesses. Technique 8. Use AI and apps. Modern technology gives you a 24/7 speaking partner. Useful apps and tools. AI chatbots like ChatGPT or Google Assistant practice conversations. Pronunciation apps like Elsa Speak get feedback on individual sounds. Voice recorders for simple practice and playback. Language exchange apps when you're ready for real partners. Teaching note: technology provides judgment-free practice space for nervous learners. Phrases for using technology. I practice with language apps. I record myself speaking. The app gives me feedback. I use AI for conversation practice. Technology helps me learn independently. Technique 9. Read aloud. This simple method trains your mouth muscles and improves pronunciation. What to read aloud? News articles. Practice formal language. Children's books. Clear, simple language. Movie subtitles. Conversational language. Even your shopping list. Creative reading practice. Pretend you're a news reporter. Act like you're reading a story to children. Practice different emotions while reading. Teaching note: reading aloud connects written and spoken English. Technique 10. Sing English songs. This is language practice disguised as fun. Benefits of singing: learn natural rhythm and flow. Practice pronunciation in an enjoyable way. Remember vocabulary through melodies. Absorb contractions and connected speech. Best songs for practice. Choose clear singers like Ed Sheeran or the Beatles. Pick songs you enjoy. Start with slower songs. Focus on matching pronunciation, not just melody. Vocabulary for singing practice. Melody is the tune of a song. Lyrics are the words of a song. Rhythm is the musical pattern. Flow is smooth, natural speech. Contractions are short forms like I'm, don't, gonna. You now have 10 powerful techniques for practicing English speaking completely alone. Remember, you don't need a partner. You just need consistency and creativity. Your 7-day solo speaking challenge. Day 1 to 2, practice thinking in English for 5 minutes daily. Day 3 to 4, try shadowing with a 1-minute video clip. Day 5 to 6, record yourself speaking for 1 minute about your day. Day 7, celebrate by singing an English song. Key phrases to remember. I can practice speaking alone. I'm building my fluency daily. Every minute of practice
counts. I'm training my brain to think in English. Technology is my learning partner. Your homework: choose one technique from today's lesson and practice it for 10 minutes this week. Which technique appeals to you most? Tell me in the comments. Remember, the best English speakers didn't become fluent because they had perfect conditions. They became fluent because they found ways to practice anyway. You have everything you need: your voice, your phone, your creativity, and your determination. The only question is, will you use these tools? Start today. Start small. Start alone. But start. Thank you for practicing with me today. Don't forget to subscribe for more solo learning techniques. And remember, your English speaking journey doesn't require anyone else's permission or participation. You've got this, and you've got everything you need right now. Until next time, keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Goodbye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Artificial Fluency. I want you to imagine two people. One who seems confident on the outside, but constantly seeks approval from others, and another who appears quieter, but has deep inner confidence and knows exactly who they are. Which person would you rather be? And more importantly, which person do you think has genuine confidence? Today, we're going to explore the difference between appearing confident and truly being confident. We'll learn about self-work, authenticity, and building genuine self-esteem. These aren't just personal development topics. Understanding these concepts will help you communicate more naturally in English because confidence affects how we express ourselves. We'll discover practical techniques for building real confidence, learn to separate our worth from our achievements, and understand how to be authentic in a world that often encourages us to be someone we're not. So let's begin this journey of building your true, confident self. Teaching note: self-work refers to the intentional effort to understand and improve yourself. Authenticity means being genuine and true to who you really are, not pretending to be someone else. Today's empowering lesson explores 5 essential areas for building genuine confidence and authenticity. First, we'll understand external versus internal validation, the difference between proving others wrong and proving yourself right. Second, we'll explore the burden of being first, understanding the unique challenges of being a trailblazer and how this applies to language learning. Third, we'll learn practical self-work techniques, concrete methods for building confidence and self-awareness. Fourth, we'll discover separating identity from achievement, how to value yourself beyond your accomplishments. And finally, we'll create your authentic English learning journey, applying these principles to build genuine confidence in English communication. Each section includes vocabulary for discussing emotions, self-development, and authentic communication in English. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button,
comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us.
Let's start by understanding the fundamental difference between confidence that comes from others and confidence that comes from within. What is external validation? External validation means seeking approval, respect, or recognition from other people to feel good about yourself. It's when your self-worth depends on what others think, say, or do. Common examples of seeking external validation: working hard mainly to impress your boss or parents, choosing clothes based on what others will think, posting on social media and feeling bad if you don't get enough likes, learning English primarily because others expect you to, avoiding risks because you're afraid of what people might say. Teaching note: validation means confirmation that you are valuable or worthwhile. Self-worth refers to how much you value yourself as a person. What is internal validation? Internal validation means finding approval and confidence from within yourself. It's when you value yourself based on your own standards, values, and personal growth. Examples of internal validation: working hard because you enjoy the challenge and growth. Choosing clothes that make you feel comfortable and authentic. Sharing on social media because you want to connect, not for likes. Learning English because it opens doors to new experiences and knowledge. Taking risks because you believe in your ability to handle outcomes. External versus internal validation vocabulary. External validation means seeking approval from others. Internal validation means finding confidence from within. Self-worth means how much you value yourself as a person. Approval and recognition means acceptance and acknowledgement from others. Personal standards and values means your own beliefs about what's important. The motivation evolution. Many successful people describe a shift in their motivation over time, moving from proving others wrong to proving yourself right. Proving others wrong, external focus. I'll show them I can succeed. They don't believe in me, so I'll prove them wrong. I want them to respect me. Motivation comes from anger, hurt, or desire for revenge. Success feels empty because it was for other people. Proving yourself right. Internal focus. I believe I can do this, and I want to prove it to myself. I'm curious about what I'm capable of. I want to grow and learn. Motivation comes from curiosity, self-belief, and personal growth. Teaching note: proving someone wrong means showing their negative opinion about you is incorrect. Proving yourself right means confirming your own positive beliefs about your abilities. External motivation for English.
My family expects me to speak English perfectly. I need to impress my colleagues with my English skills. I want to show people I'm smart enough to learn English. I'm learning English because everyone says it's important. Internal motivation for English. I want to connect with people from different cultures. English allows me to access knowledge and entertainment I enjoy. I'm curious about how far I can develop my language skills. I believe learning English will help me grow as a person. The problem with external validation. When your confidence depends entirely on external validation, several problems arise. Emotional instability. Your mood depends on other people's reactions, which you can't control. Never enough. External validation is temporary. You need constant approval to feel good about yourself. Authentic self-loss. You might change who you are to get approval, losing touch with your real personality. Fear-based decisions. You avoid risks or authentic choices because you're afraid of disapproval. Burnout. Constantly trying to please others is exhausting and unsustainable. Building internal validation. Daily self-reflection questions. What did I do today that I'm proud of, regardless of what others think? How did I grow or learn something new today? What values did I honor in my actions today? What would I do differently if I weren't concerned about others' opinions? The 100% success rate mindset. Here's a powerful realization. Thus far in life, you have a 100% success rate of getting through things. Every challenge you faced, every difficult day, every setback, you've survived all of them. This isn't about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about recognizing your resilience and ability to handle difficulties. Teaching note. Success rate here doesn't mean you did everything perfectly. It means you survived and got through difficult experiences. Resilience is the ability to recover from difficulties.
Daily success journaling. Write down 3 things you accomplished today, no matter how small. I practiced English pronunciation for 10 minutes. I helped a colleague with a project. I cooked a healthy meal for myself. Values-based decision-making. Before making decisions, ask, does this align with my values and what I believe is important? Personal growth tracking. Notice how you've changed and grown over time. 6 months ago, I was afraid to speak English with native speakers. Last year, I avoided challenging projects at work. I used to need constant reassurance from others. Cultural influences on validation. Different cultures have varying approaches to validation and self-worth. Collective cultures may emphasize family approval and community harmony. Individual cultures may emphasize personal achievement and self-expression. Understanding both perspectives
helps you choose what works for your personal growth. For English learners from different cultural backgrounds, recognize how your culture shapes your approach to validation. Find balance between respecting cultural values and developing internal confidence. Use English learning as an opportunity to explore different perspectives on self-worth. Red flags of excessive external validation seeking. Feeling anxious when you don't receive immediate feedback or approval. Changing your opinions based on who you're talking to. Avoiding authentic self-expression to fit in. Feeling empty after achieving goals others set for you. Constantly comparing yourself to others. Healthy balance. Internal validation doesn't mean ignoring all feedback or never caring what others think. Healthy confidence includes valuing your own opinion while remaining open to constructive feedback. Choosing whose opinions matter to you based on their wisdom and care for you. Making decisions based on your values while considering impact on others. Being authentic while still being respectful and kind. Key learning points for validation. External validation means seeking approval from others for self-worth. Internal validation means finding confidence from within yourself. Proving others wrong is external focus. Proving yourself right is internal focus. 100% success rate means you've survived every challenge so far.
Now let's explore what it means to be a pioneer or trailblazer and how this relates to your English learning journey. What does being first mean? Being first means you're doing something that hasn't been done before, or you're the first person from your background, community, or family to achieve something. This could be the first in your family to learn English fluently, the first from your community to work in an international company, the first to pursue a particular career path, the first to move to a different country. Teaching note: a trailblazer is someone who creates a new path that others can follow. A pioneer is similar, someone who is among the first to explore or settle new territory. The emotional reality of being first. While being first is often celebrated, the emotional experience can be challenging. Loneliness. Being first is so lonely. There's no one who has walked your exact path before. Fear. Being first is so scary. You don't know what obstacles you'll face or how to overcome them. Anxiety. Being first causes so much anxiety. The pressure of representing others can feel overwhelming. No roadmap. There's no clear guide or mentor who has done exactly what you're trying to do. Burden of being first vocabulary. Being first in English. First in your family to become fluent in English. First to use English in your workplace. First, to study abroad in an English-speaking country. First, to teach or use English professionally. The pressure you might feel. If I make mistakes, people will think my community can't learn English. I have to prove that people from my background can succeed in English. Everyone is watching to see if I succeed or fail. I can't show weakness or ask for help because I'm supposed to be the example. The choice to reject the burden. Here's an important realization. You have a choice to reject this burden. Just because you're first doesn't mean you must carry the weight of everyone's expectations. Healthy perspective. I'm doing this for my own growth and goals. My success or failure is mine alone. It doesn't represent an entire group. I can ask for help and make mistakes while still being a positive example. My authenticity is more valuable than trying to be perfect. Reframing being first. Instead of seeing being first as a burden, you can reframe it as an adventure. I'm exploring new territory and discovering what's possible. A gift. I'm creating a path that others can follow and improve upon. Personal growth. This challenge is helping me become stronger and more resilient. Freedom. I get to define what success looks like because there's no predetermined path. Teaching note. Reframing means changing how you think or interpret a situation. The same situation can feel completely different depending on how you frame it.
When you're first, creating support becomes crucial. Find mentors. Look for people who have done similar, though not identical things. Build community. Connect with others who are also pioneering in different areas. Document your journey. Keep track of your progress to see how far you've come. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge every step forward, not just major milestones. English learning support systems, language exchange partners, connect with others learning languages, online communities, join English learning groups and forums, mentors, find more advanced English speakers willing to help, progress tracking, document your English improvement over time. The isolation factor. Being first often means having fewer people who understand your challenges, facing unique obstacles that others haven't experienced, making decisions without precedent or advice, feeling like you must figure everything out alone. Combating isolation. Remember that feeling alone doesn't mean you are alone. Seek support from people facing different but similarly challenging paths. Share your experience to help others who might follow. Focus on the growth and learning that comes from challenges. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Turning challenges into strengths. Being first develops unique strengths. Resilience. You learn to handle uncertainty and setbacks. Innovation. You develop creative solutions to new problems. Leadership. You naturally become someone others look to for guidance. Authenticity. You learn to trust yourself when others' advice doesn't apply. English learning strengths from being first. Cultural bridge building. You help others in your community see English learning as possible. Adaptive learning. You develop methods that work for your specific background. Confidence building. You prove to yourself that you can master challenging skills. Inspiration. Your journey motivates others to pursue their own goals. Advice for English learning pioneers. Give yourself permission to learn at your own pace without comparing to others. Make mistakes without feeling like you're representing everyone. Ask for help when you need it. Take breaks when you feel overwhelmed. Celebrate your progress, even if it seems small to others. Remember, your individual success benefits your community, but it's not your responsibility to carry everyone. Every first person before you also faced similar fears and challenges. Your authenticity and persistence matter more than perfection. The path gets easier for those who follow because of your courage. Creating your own roadmap. Since there's no perfect guide for your journey, document what works and what doesn't. Adjust your approach based on your unique circumstances. Trust your instincts when expert advice doesn't fit your situation. Be patient with the process of figuring things out. Key learning points for being first. Trailblazer and pioneer refer to people who go first and create new paths. Being first is often lonely, scary, and causes anxiety, despite external celebration. Representing others can create pressure that affects your individual journey. Reframing means changing how you interpret challenging situations. You have a choice to reject the burden of carrying others' expectations.